Welcome back, 8:22 right now. Hey, if you are expecting a baby, or maybe you have someone who's expecting a baby in your life, you already know what a huge life change it is for your family. But it's also a big change for your family dog as well. We're talking about this morning how to prepare your pets as you plan on your new arrival to keep everyone in your family safe and happy. So this morning we're joined by certified dog trainer and owner of Dogs Day out in Seattle, Danette Johnston. Danette, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, so full disclaimer, Danette is actually my dog trainer. She's worked with Diggy, and I think you're just fabulous. So I'm really glad to have you here. Talk a little bit about why having a baby is such a massive change for a dog.
Well, for starters, schedules change drastically, both day and night. Yeah. But also there are new items and new sounds that are associated with a new baby. So we may have new furniture, we have new equipment, we have strollers and swings and toys, all of these things which may be completely unfamiliar to a dog who's never been around a baby.
So what are some tips to prepare your dog right now for your baby? When do you need to get started with that?
Well, as soon as possible. But when we talk about really preparing our dog, what we're talking about is conditioning the dog. And we want to condition the dog to all of these new sounds and pieces of equipment. And by conditioning, we usually mean pairing those items with something fantastic to our dog, which is usually food. So we may play sounds of a baby crying before we have the baby, and at the same time we're playing those sounds, we're feeding our dog a whole bunch of delicious, yummy treats. Or we may set up that swing that makes noise and moves in our living room, and at the same time we're setting up that swing and it's moving, we're feeding our dog delicious treats. So that way, we're creating a positive association with these new items for our dog.
So what about, okay, so what if you're doing all these things and then you bring the baby home and all of a sudden you feel like your dog is aggressive? I mean, this is a serious situation.
Yeah, well, I do think if people are afraid of that, I would seek professional help. So I would try to find a certified trainer who uses positive force-free methods or a veterinary behaviorist. But one thing I do always mention to do or expecting parents is about growling. You never want to punish your dog or reprimand your dog for growling, because when a dog growls, it's a very obvious signal that my dog is uncomfortable, and I want to know that. And really, my dog previously has probably shown me 2 or 3 ways that he's uncomfortable with his body, but I don't notice it until I hear the growl. And so I want to hear that. I hear the growl, I say, thank you very much, and then I can separate everyone. I have seen dogs who the growl has been corrected out of them, and then they skip the growl and go to the next step, which could be a snap or a bite, and then we're in trouble.
And that's a huge problem, especially if you're bringing a little kid into the house.
Yeah.
So what kind of changes can you make to your home right now to keep both dog and baby safe? It seems like maybe you have separate spots for them? Or?
Yeah, well, generally, when we see problems, bites may occur when a dog is either sleeping, eating, or cornered. And so we might just change up where we feed our dog. We might move where the dog bed is. If I have my table here and my couch here and my dog bed is shoved here, if I have a toddler coming in towards the dog bed, the dog can't get away. And so I might just move the dog bed to the other side. I want to do all these changes before the baby arrives if possible, so my dog doesn't get upset as soon as that happens.
So I know that you have a class coming up where if you're watching this and you're going, I know someone who's pregnant or I'm pregnant and we have a pet and we want to make sure everyone's happy. You actually have a class coming up where you're talking more about that.
I do. I teach a 90-minute class called Barks and Babes at Dogs Day Out in Seattle. I have expecting parents, but also a lot of grandparents who may have a dog in the home that the baby's going to spend time with. And folks just go to dogsdayoutseattle.com and there are all the details. I have one this Wednesday night. So, yeah.
Good information.
Yeah.
Danette, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Always great to have you. And every time she's like my doctor. I'm like, you'll never believe what my dogs did now. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Bill, over to you.